There is a place where the road ends and the river begins, where children grow up knowing the sound of rainforest birds better than city traffic, and neighbors still greet each other by name. This is Guyana, the only English-speaking country in South America, a land where more than 80% of the country is covered by rainforest. Giant rivers connect communities, and 6 different cultures have built one warm and welcoming nation together. But this journey is not about the rainforest. It is about the people who wake before sunrise, shop at busy local markets, gather under the family home after sunset, and live at a pace the modern world has almost forgotten. We'll explore how people really live in the country almost nobody talks about, and why the world is finally noticing Guyana. The best way to understand Guyana is to leave the map behind. As you travel across the country, the scenery keeps changing. One moment, you're driving beside the Atlantic coast. Next, you're following a wide brown river into endless rainforest. Farther south, the forest opens into the wide grasslands of the Rupununi, where the horizon seems to go on forever. It never feels like one place, but several worlds connected. That's what makes Guyana different. It is the only English-speaking country in South America, yet its music, food, and warm spirit feel deeply Caribbean. With fewer than 800,000 people living across a country larger than the United Kingdom, nature is never far away. Rivers are roads, forests are neighbors, and the land shapes everyday life. And to truly understand Guyana, you have to experience the moment when the country wakes up. Because every morning, here begins with the same simple rhythm: the sunrise, the rivers, and the people. Wake up early in Guyana, and you'll see the country at its most peaceful. The first sounds are not alarms or busy highways. They are roosters crowing, birds calling from the trees, and people opening their shops before the tropical heat arrives. Soon, the local markets come to life. Fresh fish, ripe mangoes, cassava, herbs, and coconuts fill the colorful stalls. Neighbors stop to talk, children walk with their parents, and vendors greet familiar faces with a smile. Here, shopping is never just about buying food. It is about catching up, sharing stories, and staying connected with the people around you. That strong sense of community does not end at the market. It follows everyone home, where family life is at the heart of every day. Walk through a neighborhood in Georgetown, and you'll notice something unusual. Many homes stand on wooden stilts, with an open space underneath called the bottom house. It was built to protect families from flooding. But over the years, it became something much more. This is where people relax after work, children play, neighbors stop to chat, and grandparents share stories passed down for generations. In Guyana, family extends beyond a single house. The whole street feels connected. Doors stay open, meals are shared, and helping a neighbor is part of daily life. It is a way of living that feels slower, warmer, and deeply personal. And that spirit becomes even more remarkable when you discover the people who built it. Because Guyana is not one culture, it is 6 cultures living side by side, creating one nation unlike anywhere else in South America. One of the first things you'll notice in Guyana is how many cultures live side by side. A Hindu temple, a church, and a mosque can all stand within the same neighborhood. Festivals fill the streets all year, and everyone is welcome to join. This country was shaped by 6 peoples: indigenous communities, Africans, East Indians, Europeans, Chinese, and Portuguese. Each group brought its own traditions, food, music, and beliefs, helping create the Guyana of today. What makes Guyana special is not just its diversity, but how people share it so naturally. A family celebrating Diwali sends food to their neighbors. At Christmas, the kindness comes back. During Eid, another table is opened for everyone. Here, different cultures do not compete. They come together. And nowhere is that story more delicious than in the kitchen, where every meal tells a piece of Guyana's history. If you really want to understand Guyana, don't start with a museum. Sit down at a family table. The first thing you'll probably notice is the smell of fresh curry, coconut milk, and warm spices filling the house. Rice is served with almost every meal, while soft roti is pulled apart by hand and shared around the table. Every dish has a story. Pepper pot, the country's famous Christmas meal, comes from indigenous traditions. Cook-up rice brings simple ingredients together into one comforting pot. Metamji and rich curries carry flavors passed down through generations. In Guyana, recipes are rarely written down. They are taught in the kitchen, one family meal at a time. And once you see where these ingredients come from, you'll discover that the country's greatest treasure isn't only on the plate. It's waiting beyond the villages, deep inside one of the world's last great rainforests. Leave the coast behind, and Guyana feels like a completely different country. The roads disappear. Rivers become the only way forward, carrying small boats deep into one of the largest untouched rainforests on Earth. Here, indigenous communities have lived for thousands of years. For them, the forest is more than home. It provides food, medicine, clean water, and the knowledge needed to live with nature instead of against it. Every tree, every river, and every trail has a purpose passed down from one generation to the next. It is a way of life that has helped protect more than 80% of Guyana's rainforest. But reaching these remote communities is part of the adventure itself. Because in Guyana, the journey is often made by river, long before it is made by road. Traveling in Guyana is an adventure in itself. Along the coast, colorful minibuses carry people between towns, filled with music, conversation, and familiar faces. But once you leave the coastline, the rivers take over. On the Essequibo and Demerara, boats are part of everyday life. Children ride them to school, families use them to visit relatives, and supplies travel for hours through the rainforest. In the deepest parts of the country, there are places where no road has ever reached. Small aircraft land on simple airstrips, bringing food, medicine, and visitors to remote communities. Travel may seem difficult here, but that's what has protected Guyana's forests, rivers, and way of life. And today, that peaceful rhythm is beginning to change. Because beneath the Atlantic Ocean, a discovery is transforming the future of this quiet nation. Walk through Georgetown today, and you can feel that Guyana is changing. New buildings are rising, more businesses are opening. People speak with hope about the future, as one of the world's biggest offshore oil discoveries begins to reshape the country. For many families, it brings new opportunities. But it also brings an important question. How do you welcome progress without losing the values that make your country special? Guyana has always been known for its strong communities, rich cultures, and deep connection to nature. Now it must find a way to protect those things while building a stronger future. The answer will not come from oil alone. It will come from the people. And nowhere is that future more visible than in the young generation, balancing new opportunities with the traditions they still proudly call home. Talk to young people in Guyana, and you'll hear two dreams at the same time. One is to see the world. The other is to come back home. For years, many left for better jobs in the United States, Canada, or the United Kingdom. But they never forgot where they came from. Families stayed connected through phone calls, visits, and the famous barrels filled with gifts sent back home. Today, things are beginning to change. New opportunities are opening across Guyana, giving many young people a reason to stay, or to return and build something of their own. Guyana's future will be shaped by those who call it home, and the next generation is determined to protect its heart as they build the future. We came to Guyana expecting an overlooked country. We leave knowing it is a country on the edge of a remarkable new chapter. Oil may change its economy, but its greatest strength has always been its people, its cultures, and the communities that have held this nation together long before the world finally started paying attention. As the sun sets over Guyana, the rivers grow quiet, families gather, and another peaceful day comes to an end. If this journey helped you see Guyana in a new way, subscribe and join us for more. And tell us below, what part of Guyana would you love to experience first?